Good morning, and thank you all for having me this morning. I really appreciate the invitation to share and talk a little more, or introduce to some Black brand Dan River region. And so it'll be really brief. I should have started my timer, so I don't want to go over the time. So sometimes I say I'm not going to talk long, and I end up talking too long. So just stop me when needed, and I'll try not to talk too fast. So let's get started. All right, so the history, how did Black Brand Dan River Region come about? So it started as a Facebook group. It's created in May of 2020, right around the time, right after George Floyd's murder, also during the middle of the pandemic. And it was just created as a way to really find all the local Black businesses in our area, and a way to a social justice movement and also economic justice. And so we started talking about forming a Black Business Association around August. We had someone in the group to ask a question, hey, does Danville have a Black Chamber of Commerce? And so in October 2020, we began operating as the Black Business Collaborative, Dan River Region, continued those conversations. During that time, we had also connected to Blair Durham, who is the co-founder and president of Black Brand, the Hampton Rose Chamber, which is the parent company over Black Brand Dan River Region. So we officially launched we're in September. So we launched in July. This year is going by so quickly. We officially launched in July. We held our virtual launch and our members were installed, officers were installed. We currently have our Facebook group is very active, Facebook community. We have 2.3 thousand members that consist of business owners, consumers, and also allies, folks who are looking to support the Black business community. And so what is Black Brand? So Black Brand is a 501c3 organization. Brand means business, research, analytics, networking, and development. And so those are really the key areas that we're focused on. And the mission is to promote group economics through professional development and community empowerment. And what does that look like? So we have several meetups where we bring in a lot of different speakers, and we'll go into more of that later. But those two areas are our key goals: professional development, or our key mission is professional development and community empowerment. So the vision of Black Brand Dan River Region is to operate as the hub for all things Black entrepreneurship. Our areas are the city of Danville, city of Martinsville, Halifax County, Caswell County, and Pennsylvania County. And so how do we do this? And it's through working with economic development to support the economic development for Black businesses and wealth creation. And how do we do that? Through organizing access to capital, centralizing resources and education, providing a pathway to opportunity, and fostering business development. And so all of these things we were doing, just as Black Business Collaborative, even in the Facebook group, you will, access to capital, we're sharing resources all of the time, letting people know what's going on, what resources are out here, because a lot of times there are so many opportunities, people just don't know where to look for them. So we try to bring that information to the entrepreneurs. So our initiatives, so Network with Speed is our monthly meetup. We meet on the third Monday of each month. We meet at 7 p.m. and we have a virtual and in-person offer. And so we've only had 2 in-person offers. And of course, with the numbers rising again, we may be going back to only virtual, but we've had some of the past topics, SWAM certification. We had Randy Brown, who came in and talked to business owners about how to be SWAM certified. And he went into the EVA system a little bit, but of course, it's a separate presentation, but he talked about SWAM certification. We've had subject matter of resilience in business. And that topic, we have a historian who's actually served on our board. We just talked about, we are our ancestors. We are resilient. So let's use that resiliency to run our businesses. We also have had information about tax-free retirement, and then 3 pillars to grant writing. And so in those monthly meetups, this gives you an opportunity to network with your peers. Like I said, we provide business education, connection to resources, and it's also a time for those businesses to highlight what they do individually. So if people, aren't afraid to speak, then they do get the opportunity to share their business endeavors. So one of the main reasons we decided to partner with Black Brand was because we saw the phenomenal work they were already doing. So BForce Accelerator is a 12-week accelerator. It is minority focused, and it focuses on 3 areas: organization planning, strategic planning, financial planning, and then leading to capital access. And so these are the partners that have partnered with the Hampton Roads area. This will be, so a new cohort is starting, which will be open to the Dan River region. And so we'll be looking for folks who would like to partner as well, funders, but it's free to all business owners. It's free. They can get the information, and if they decide to pitch, then they can. But we were able to go through and look at the first pitch session, and it was just wonderful. Just listening to the different people gives you ideas of how to prepare and pitch. And so, like I said, it leads you from the business plan all the way to being prepared to pitch. And they have, a lot of different investors there. So, so it's not just, pitching, but it's also securing capital. So Black Diamond Weekend is another event. And this kind of was the event that really solidified our decision to partner with Black Brand. So it was in COVID when I first attended their event, and everything was online, but you would have thought it was in person. I mean, it was impeccable. And so I said, if they can do this, everything online, the whole event online, and it was Thanksgiving weekend. And so we were glued to our computer screens during Thanksgiving weekend. So that just spoke volumes about the type of information, that they shared. And so that's coming up. The weekend has changed. It'll be held during November 12th through the 14th. So it won't interrupt, folks who participate in Black Friday or want to spend time with their families, different things like that. So, but it is a 3-day statewide business development conference. Last year, the keynote speaker was Les Brown. And so, and it was very great. So that's, another thing we were able to, in pretty much every program that they have, Black Brand Dan River region is able to tap into. And so once people join Black Brand Dan River region, they're automatically a part of Black Brand as well. So a lot of people say, why another Black organization, or why a Black Chamber of Commerce? And so, and sometimes that's the elephant in the room. So, it's okay for us to talk about it. So laser focus, we just needed a focus exclusively on improving conditions for Black business owners and increasing the Black wealth through entrepreneurship. And we know every Black individual is not, may not want to be an entrepreneur, but, we still provide education on your credit, home ownership, all of those types of things. And so, you have different organizations who do provide the similar services or the same services, but we have a very specific demographic that we target. The market void. So it just showed that there was a void in the marketplace. Just from the Facebook community, we had a very high level of engagement. The meetings that we had, people were showing up, and we were able to raise $10,000 within 4 days once we said, hey, we want to do this. We want to establish the Black Chamber. And so it really just, showed that, hey, people want this, and not just want it, but, it's a needed service. And so it's a market void that we're filling. And then to help close the wealth gap, and there's so many studies, if you just do a quick Google search on wealth gap or racial wealth gap, and the studies show that promoting entrepreneurship in the Black community is one way to close that gap. And And so some ways you can connect with us. So we are having our Founding 100 campaign. We started initially with 40 members, 40 founding members. And so like I said, those folks, we were able to get started, business owners, community leaders who saw the vision and said, hey, I want to be a part. And so we're bringing on 60 more members within the next 90 days. And after that, we won't do founding anymore. So I always tell people like this is a time to make history. You know, I don't think people really realize the history that's being made behind this, having a organization of this nature in, you know, the Dan River region is really a part of history. And so we're just inviting people to join us on this mission to continue to help those in the community who need help, to support the Black businesses that need it the most. And so our next event, upcoming Network with Speed monthly meeting, is September 20th. And if you follow us on social media, you'll be able to see all the details of that. And then if you'd like to reach out to me directly, it's Crystal Cobbs at blackbrand.biz.